All right, now Abel Rico.
Oh man, Jesus. Holy hell. Man, the musical talent tonight. Just give it up one more time for them. Ah. Musicians, man, you guys are awesome. I do not have the composure for that. One wrong note and that guitar is going out the window. Being all the rage on Facebook, you just be hearing, did you hear about that guy that threw the guitar out the window? No, what was he playing? He wasn't playing anything, he just picked it up and threw it. But speaking of Facebook, if I like all people, but if you're one of those people that just, wherever you have to go, you have to tag people into where you are, I don't want to be your friend, I'm sorry. Because I can't tell you how many times just Facebook tagging without my consent has gotten me into trouble. Right now, my girlfriend thinks I'm asleep at home. She doesn't even know that I'm in some club right now, like making fun of her. Like, one time she came up to me and she was like, hey, what'd you do last night? Like,
I'm gonna post this right on Facebook.
I was at home, studying, sleeping. She goes, really? And why'd your friend tag you over in Hooters? I was like, oh shit, okay. No, but she's good, and I have some issues with living inside my head. I can't get out of it, and it's a problem because I like to write a lot, and one of the exercises that they teach you when you're trying to write is like anyone you see out in public, when you're people watching, come up with a backstory for them. And I do that unconsciously, and I'll make up backstories for people, and they'll be so believable in my head that I'll actually start to think that they're true. So one day I was at Walgreens, and I just walked up to this couple that was standing there, and I go, hey Roger, I'm really glad you worked it out with Jennifer, man. Fucking Ashley was a bitch. I hope she didn't give you herpes. And then I just walked off, and all I did was make two people very uncomfortable in the condom aisle at Walgreens. But like, it's important to do that. It's important to keep things interesting in a relationship, and I've learned that not just from my friends, but from the older people around me. They're always like, you gotta keep things on toe, otherwise you're not gonna be having sex anymore. So I try that. I do my best to try and keep things interesting, especially in the bedroom, because I'm only like 21, so I don't know that much, and all I know is the bedroom. Or if you talk to my girlfriend, she would say otherwise. But so one time she walks into the bedroom, and like all the lights are off except for some candles, and I have Goodbye Horses playing in the background, and I'm just like, would you fuck me? And she walked out. And that was the first time we broke up. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have done it on the first date, but hindsight's 20/20, right? This is a new thing I'm trying where I don't come up to the stage completely shit-faced. Last time I did that, I made fun of a bunch of people, and it wasn't funny at all. I don't have very many family issues like you hear with most comedians, where they're like, my dad touched me in the basement with a Garfield mask. Like, that's never happened to me. I just have regular issues. Like when my parents divorced, my dad wasn't a bad dad. Like he didn't beat me or anything. He was just never really around a whole lot, which made things kind of weird whenever he was. And now, since my parents have been divorced, he's married since and had he's had kids, and which is it's fine with me. Now I have a little brother and a little sister, which I hadn't had before. The thing that gets me is that he's so proud of them in a way that he was never proud of me, and they're only like 7, and he's like, well shit dude, I've done more stuff than they have. Like, be proud of me. But one day I was over at his place, and it was for 4th of July, and the kids were in their little kiddie pool, and the adults were off to the side just talking whatever adults talk. And I'm talking to my dad, and my little brother is in Taekwondo classes, and he's like, oh man, you should see your brother in action, man. Some of these moves that he whips out, it's just like, and like he's a tiny little dude, but he can get me. He's a tough little man. And I guess the inner bitterness in me, just like I looked at him, my little brother over there splashing in the kiddie pool, I looked back at him, and I was like, yeah, okay, all right. So I walk over to the kiddie pool, and I just grab my little brother, and I I dunk his head in the kiddie pool and just start drowning him. And I just held him there for a good little while, and then he came back up, he was gasping, he's like, and I just looked at him, I was like, doesn't look that fucking tough. Yeah, those are the kind of things that I'm dealing with on a daily basis. Speaking of having to deal with things on a daily basis, how tired are you guys about hearing about the election? Like at all? No? Pretty tired. Yeah.
Fuck them all, man!
Exactly. And the election would be so much more interesting to me if they would just own up to what they actually are, and that is that they are the leaders of the Crips and the Bloods. Because come on, let's be honest, there's no way that they aren't. They can't not be the leaders of that gang, you know? I just want to see one day, while they're while like Romney's walking off with his red tie and everything, he just turns around and looks at Obama and he just like throws up the blood sign with his fingers and he's like, I catch you around the corner, bitch. We can see you at Walmart. But it's surprising to me how like everyone blames their lack of knowledge on the candidates themselves. Like, you're not telling us enough. We don't know enough. Dude, no, you don't read. People aren't reading enough these days. Like I was at work and I just take my book when I have a free minute to read because I don't like people. And this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, congratulations. I see that you like to read. That's a good thing." And I just like sat there dumbfounded. I was like, "Are you congratulating me for reading? Something that everyone should be able to do? Like, what the hell? Like, we should, that's why they're controlling us, that's why you don't know anything." But, sounds like I kind of strayed from the funny there. And now I'm just trying to excite everybody into the darkness. Come on,
like,
guys,
what the fuck are you
blow
doing?
some shit up and then read some novels. That's not what I want to do at all.
Shit, and keep us
Unfortunately for comedians, we are not allotted as much time as musicians, so my time has ended, and I'm sure you're all very sad, so while you guys are crying for me, I'm going to take a little break here.
This is his first time, alright?